Most new traders want $1,000 a month from options, but jump in with no plan and get burned chasing fast wins. I did too and ruined plenty of trades until I switched to the long haul steady income mindset that actually works. So in this video, I'll show you the safe, repeatable system that I use and teach my students to get their first 1K without gambling or being glued to the screen. I call it the flip the odds formula, and here's how it works. O is for odds. When you buy options, your odds of winning might just be 20 to 30%. But when you sell them, you flip those odds in your favor, bumping them up to a 70 to 80% chance of winning. D is for delta, and delta is your built-in cheat code. It shows you what strike price is, aka the price at which you're agreeing to potentially buy shares at, offers the safest, most profitable setups so you can trade confidently instead of guessing. The second D is for decay. Time decay eats away at all option buyers, but as the seller, every passing day quietly adds more money to your account. Being on the right side of decay boosts your win rate even more. S is for stack. And once you have a winning formula, just stack up one small win consistently after another, compounding your profits over time. Putting it all together, the flip the odds formula lets you make trades with 2 to 3 times higher win rates than buying options, getting you closer to that 1K goal. But even the best system only works if you know which stocks to use it on. Let me show you a simple example. Some stocks are like speedboats. They're fast, flashy, and can be a ton of fun when they're moving in the right direction. When a stock is pumping and you're part of it, it's euphoric. But when a speedboat hits a wave, you can get tossed overboard with heavy losses. Speedboat stocks like GameStop, AMC, or Nikola are tempting, but they're high risk and can wipe you out in a flash. That's why it's best to leave them to the pros. Instead, think about a cargo ship. They're slow, they're boring, but they're steady and reliable. These are the type of stocks like a Coca-Cola, an Apple, or an Amazon where you can flip the odds and build up to 1K months trading options. Here's how to visualize it. Your risk is on the bottom of the graph, and the amount of cash needed to reach 1K in a month is on the left. When you pick speedboat stocks, you don't need as much cash, but your risk is crazy high. Here's the better alternative. Use more cash and reduce your risk picking cargo ship companies, ones with massive revenues, lots of cash flow, and slow, steady growth. Once you've got steady wins selling options on these type of stocks, you can start mixing in a bit of risk with names like Nvidia or Tesla. Now let's tackle the next big question, exactly how much cash you'll need to earn 1K a month with these different types of stocks. Here are 4 stocks we covered a moment ago, and this chart shows you how much money you'd need to make 1K a month selling options on each one. Notice how GameStop, the speedboat, needs the least cash. Why? Because most of its bar is red, and that's the danger zone, your risk of losing the trade and your money. There's so much risk you don't need as much cash, but your odds of winning are incredibly low. On the other hand, look at companies like Coca-Cola, Apple, or Nvidia. Their bars have way more green, meaning much safer, more consistent chances to win. You do have to put up more capital, but you're building your trades on a solid, repeatable foundation. And that leads us to our next step, how you can apply this to your own trading and maximize your odds of success and minimize unnecessary risk. Here's a real trade on Nvidia from my tracker to show you exactly how this works. On October 13th, 2025, I sold a put option on Nvidia at the 177.5 strike, expiring in 11 days. Nvidia was trading around $188 at the time, and I picked a delta of 30, giving me a 70% chance of winning the trade and earning $190. I needed $17,750 for the trade. If Nvidia's price stays above 177.5, I keep the cash and repeat the trade. If it drops, I'll buy 100 shares, which I'm okay with. Here's how this gets you to 1K per month. Because this trade's only active for 11 days, I can repeat it about 2.7 times per month. Multiply that by $109 of profit, and that's $525. So using 17,750, we're already halfway there. If I make 2 trades at once and just keep repeating them for a month using 35K and change, I'm going to bring in a shade over $1,000 and hit that goal. And if you want to run these numbers for yourself on any stock, grab my free 1K calculator link below. Now you really know what it takes to make $1,000 a month with options, but if you don't follow a plan for setting up your trades, you'll struggle. So watch this next video to copy my exact step-by-step process for making your first $1,000.